Alright, welcome back to Final Fantasy IV. So, when we last left off, we had pretty much screwed up every single attempt to protect any of the crystals, and so we are going off to recover the final crystal in order to give it to Golbez. That's probably not going to end very well, but what can you do? You kidnapped my girlfriend, I guess. So this is Toroya, or Troya, or whichever. Okay, so this place is ruled by 8 clerics. So we better go talk to him. Interesting. Found on the beach. Interesting. So basically the gimmick of Troya is that, well, it is ruled by women. Which means that the game represents this by using out of place female sprites, like using the dancers as guards women, which does not really make sense because even if the guards were women, they probably would not dress as dancers. It doesn't really make any sense. So here are the clerics. They tell you that the Dark Elf took the crystal, and sadly the clerics are not even important enough to deserve a cutscene. You just talk to them, and there's really not very much decorum around this particular quest. It just kind of sends you off. And yeah, of course it was so. All of the crystals are under assault by the nation of Baron, and then this one was just taken by some guy. Let's see, metals get heavy. Yes. So I will get into the next dungeon's gimmick in a bit. You know, trading the crystal to an evil dude in order to rescue a hostage was probably not their idea of borrowing it. Probably not. Show it to us first. They're really just gonna lend you the crystal of earth. They're very easygoing about lending out this crystal when it's apparently pretty important. If we go in here, of course, once the crystal's gone, there's no point in keeping anyone out. So every single castle has one of these, right? Everyone with a crystal, I guess. It's got one of these big fancy chambers. It looks kind of expensive. I mean, what is this? Is it just glass, or is it like crystal? Crystal to contain the crystal, I guess. I don't know. It seems like kind of an expensive undertaking, and it doesn't really look like the rest of any one of the castles. You know, it doesn't use the castle tile set. But there is something very, very important that I have to do. And I'm going to do something. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make an alternate save. And I'm going to come back later at this point. And I'll probably show that in a bonus video because it'll just end up being a short thing that I want to show you. But it's very important, and the game only kind of hints at it. That you have to go find Edward because he is here. and if you don't go here, wait, what? Is it in here? Oh, hey, loot. Whoa. It's a 4-way button. How do they close it exactly? Oh well, not really important. Looting time. Looting. Not really much to say about this, just taking everyone's stuff and probably not going to use it anyway. What's over here? What the heck? Wait, this isn't a prison. It's just a line of bars. Why would you make it this way? How do you know? I think after we get the crystal back, we actually can get permission. And then we can take all of the treasures, because of course they just give every single, we can just loot every castle. They don't mind. It's not a big deal. They weren't using it anyway. I mean, they're just keeping it in boxes, right? Anyway, I believe this is, yes. Here we go. Way to be a jerk about it, Tella. You're no spring chicken yourself. What is a spring chicken anyway? I actually have no idea. Yep, it's pretty awesome. Haha, yeah, about that. So yes, the point of this cutscene is to get us the twin harp. And if, like I said, if you don't come here, the game will not remind you, and it won't really tell you that you're completely screwed if you don't bring the twin harp, because you are. You could just start off and leave to the dungeon without taking it with you, and then you'd have a problem. You can trust me on this because I've done it before. It sucks. That particular setup is actually kind of uncharacteristic of the game's design. It generally has a way of pushing you into things that you need. And just having such an important item kind of off to the side without really explaining that you need to go get it is actually pretty strange. I don't really think there's anything new or good that we can use here. Actually, let me think. This is gonna suck. Okay, I do think I'm gonna buy some stuff, now that I think about it. Who needs... he's fine. So yeah, since I'm already preparing for it, I may as well explain to you what's going on. Is they mentioned that metallic items get heavy in the cave. Basically, that means that any character carrying a metallic piece of armor or weapon is completely immobilized. In fact, I believe that for the purposes of party management or whatever, they count as dead, because I've seen situations where if your only living party members are paralyzed in such a way, you lose. They're useless. They can't do anything at all. So obviously the game has internal markers to differentiate which items are metallic. I don't actually know if the silver ring is metallic or not, because it's metal. But in real life, I do not believe that silver is magnetic. Sid is fine, but he's also basically wearing no armor, so I should probably kit out him and Cecil with some, at least most, hold on, I need these, most basic of armors. Now, of course, Cecil uses a sword, and he's kind of shit out of luck there. I could maybe give him a bow and arrow. I really don't know. The smarter thing is probably just to avoid combat for the most part in the dungeon. But he's not capable of wearing that. Hold on. I was obviously not paying... It says he can wear it. Leather cap, leather... Oh no, was I looking at the left hand? Okay, I'm obviously not... I'm not paying attention here. So yeah, all of this... you know, Cecil's our very traditional knight-type knight. He's all kitted out in the whole armor getup and the big shiny sword, and he's pretty much completely useless for the entirety of this dungeon. There's just nothing for him, because there's nothing. You can't give him a weapon. That's not right, hold on. It autos to the last save slot I used. There's just absolutely nothing you can do. And since I'm kind of in my weak state, I'm probably also going to flee from any enemies I see on the map. So I don't think I really went into this. There are NPCs you can find that will talk about it. But this will be the first appearance of the black chocobo. So we've seen yellow chocobos and we've seen white chocobos. And those are pretty nifty. In fact, while I'm talking about white chocobos, I may as well heal up, which is something I forgot to do before. Apparently I was not, I was being careless there. Is everyone... Okay, and then if we talk to a white chocobo... Now, every single chocobo in this particular forest is running like it's on speed, which is going to make things a slight bit annoying. But if we can... Actually, if you bump an NPC that walks like this, it will actually slow down, because your forced bump speed is actually slower than this. I'm getting nowhere. Hold on. If I... Get over here. Slow down. There we go. That was embarrassing. So yes, black chocobos can fly. And they have a very upbeat song to go with that. This is extremely cheery. And I actually kind of like this one better than the other version that you get with the yellow chocobo. It's very it's jaunty. Now yellow chocobos run away when you leave them when you get off of them. Now you might notice that if I did that with a black chocobo and it flew away, I would be trapped. The way black chocobos work, in order to prevent that kind of stupid thing from happening, is that they will stay where you land them, and the first time you climb back on them, they will auto-fly back to the forest. So basically, it will just teleport you back to the forest straight away. So it will be there for us when we come out, but in the meantime, it is time to visit Cave Magnus. Magnus. So Yang's claws are fine, and of course Stella can manage with magic. Let me double check that I did in fact. Everyone's kinda healed up. So I guess we will learn quickly if anyone is affected, because it's pretty obvious. Wow, I did not do a good job here. Okay. What is Yang wearing? I tried. I really did. Silver, I might be wrong about this. I'm pretty sure silver is not magnetic in real life, so that is... I forgot to de-equip his weapon. That was entirely not my fault, except for leaving Cecil's sword equipped. That was on me. Because it's called ferromagnetism, and ferro means iron. Iron and steel are magnetic, and silver is not. It's not magnetic. Does not have magnetism. But apparently they figured if it's metal, then it's magnetic. That's just how you have to deal with it. So I'm kind of worried I might end up under-leveled here. I'm not gonna end up over-leveled. I think I'll probably be fine. You're probably expected not to spend a whole lot of time around here just because of the increased weakness of... I hate how heavy the encounters can be sometimes. And I'm gonna be dropping money all over the place, of course. God damn it. Jesus. Can't get nowhere. I cannot get nowhere. I swear to you. I should heal up. Definitely not getting into fights more than back attacked, because that is just miserable. And make sure, yeah, that's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I want to make sure not to leave behind any treasures. As much as I don't really want to hang around here, I do want to kind of try and... there is the mind flayers, which they don't call mind flayers, but they're mind flayers. I mean, let's not beat around the bush with this one. So this is a funny looking kind of door, that's kind of recognizable with the kind of E symbol on it. And this is not something that comes up in this particular dungeon, but you will learn eventually to dread the sight of these weird E doors, and you will see why later on. But for now, they're not a problem. And yes, it might sound silly that I am warning against doors, but yes, we do need to be afraid of doors. What do they just do? Does it carry out a battle? Hold on, let me check. I don't know, blast? What is that? Alright, does this go to? Save point. I'm probably fine. I don't think I need to rest. Although, if I find out that I'm incorrect, then I can always go back and correct it after I have died. So, some treasure. More stuff I probably won't use. Okay, so, I think we're pretty close. This is, the dungeons are getting kind of big-ish here, and I start to kind of lose patience with the random encounters. As I talked about earlier, I'd really like saving my energy for the bosses, but I do realize this ends up leaving me vulnerable later on. Sorry. But if I do end up underleveled, you know, we can always stop and do some work on fixing that. Let's see. This looks suspicious for some reason. Charm. Okay, I like that. For some reason I was thinking that, that would be one with a monster in it. I don't know. I guess it's just how it kind of was sitting out in the open like that. Maybe it kind of triggered a memory of something that looked like a chest I remembered being trapped. But apparently, I should just not trust those impulses because I was obviously completely wrong. Maybe I should use the healing items just so that I don't waste my MP, which I guess is the reason why most people use healing items, but I don't because I am just silly like that. But, you know, what the hell. I mean, if I'm not going to use them later, I may as well use them now, right? Now, what's over here? Another save point. Actually, this might have saved me a lot of time in another playthrough where I did not know that there was a alternate save point right next to the boss's room. Guess I'll keep that in mind for the future then. Not be in such a hurry to get where I'm going. Is there anything? There's a lot of corpses, you know that. Guy needs to tidy up around here. You know, it almost looks like the vampire girl might be topless. It seems like the kind of thing they do where you can't really see anything. I don't know. It's hard to tell because they've got a really weird shading to their skin. But actually, yeah, I think that might be the case. Maybe that kind of wing thing on the side forms some kind of short top. I don't know. I'm probably overthinking it. I mean, it's not like it matters if the, you know, their upper torso is covered anyway. So, as we see here, the Dark Elf also has a big crystal room. Apparently, this is a basic tenet of the care and feeding of crystals, is that apparently you gotta do this. You can't just, like, stuff it in a sack. You gotta go the extra mile. It almost seems not worth the trouble, but apparently this guy really wanted a crystal, so I give him credit. He put in the work. He carved it out to the specifications. He's even got the pillars. I mean, it looks really nice. You can tell he really went the extra mile here. Anyway, so we should talk to this guy. He is very all-capsy. So I'm not actually going to worry too much about this battle. This is on purpose, it's not just a matter of bad translation. is a reason why I am not worrying too much here. Eesh. Tella, you're dead. Did he not just ask for them to bring it over? I guess that's not quite as dramatic. It's a good thing Edward knew that dark elves are weak to harp music, I guess. Dang. They really did a number on him. Turned the screen green and everything. Okay, so this gives you a chance to re-equip and stuff. So we should give Cecil all of his gear back. Paladin, Paladin, and Paladin. I don't know about changing the gear on anyone else. I guess the silver rings are better. I may as well put them back on. Alright, I think I wanted to change around the setup here because I realized Sid is still in the back row and he shouldn't be. So let me see, okay, can I actually leave and save? There is actually an invisible barrier. Sealed by Dark Elf. Okay. So it's not gonna let me, mess around there. So let's see if we can take this guy now. So now he's a lot weaker. We can probably take this guy now. I don't know what I should cast on him. I don't want to waste MP. I mean, Tella doesn't actually have that much. I kind of want to keep him alive, so... Hold on. I gotta turn him back into a not pig. Jeez, dude, give me a friggin' break. Come on, it's just a pig spell. It can't take that long. Okay, I do need to get my hits in with the metal sword. Okay. Now things get nasty. So this is his dragon form. I'll bet you didn't expect a Dark Elf to have a dragon form, but he does. Surprise! I don't exactly know what the logic of this is, if it's based on some kind of legend or something. Oh, yikes. That's nasty. I'd like to kind of pull out some big spells, but Tell is pretty much on healing duty here, just so we don't all drop dead. God. So I have heard that this form of the Dark Elf is actually weak against the, well, weak spell, which would instantly reduce him to single-digit health and make him extremely killable. I'm kind of curious about this theory, if it's true in this version, but I kind of want to show you a proper fight, so I don't think that's really worth making a bonus video over. Let's just take for granted that probably if I felt like it, I could... well. He's dead. Maybe I am over-leveled. I really don't know. I don't think that... Maybe it's just that the fights seem easier now that I'm coming back to this game as an adult. Apparently the everlasting life didn't do much for you. Did it? Bye-bye. Alright, we have acquired the Crystal of Earth. Now to give it to an asshole. Alright, I got all the treasure out of this dungeon. I don't really feel like hanging around here anymore. So... yeah. Oh, you're gonna make me walk out proper so we can have some kind of cutscene, aren't you? Does it work now? I guess it was just... it didn't want me messing up the scripting of that room. I don't know if I explained the exit spell before, but yeah, it just lets you poof out instantly of any dungeon. It's a free ticket back to the overworld, pretty much. But the game does keep it from working in areas where you really shouldn't be able to just escape instantly. Or else, you know, it might seriously break the scripting of the game. I'd be interested to know if there are any holes in that where people have been able to break exit. Probably not. I think you have to try a little harder than that. I do know there are some... God. There are some interesting exploits for this game that I have kind of researched in the process of doing this LP. Nothing I'm probably going to end up doing myself. There's some interesting stuff, though. Of course, I say I'm not going to do exploits, but I did do the weird thing with the mom bomb, which that's not really an exploit. Not technically. I mean, I didn't do anything buggy or anything. I just leveled up a lot. I do kind of enjoy fights where I can break the scripting of the boss. It's interesting when you can do something that the game doesn't really expect. That's definitely, it's always interesting. But, so, let's return to the Kessel, where we should talk to the nameless clerics. Yeah, unlike a lot of the other locations in the game, Troya really isn't given much characterization. It's just kind of a Amazon nation, and they don't really, you know, the leader isn't kind of given much personality, as they're just kind of, they're a bunch of NPCs. And there isn't really any named character from Troya who bears mentioning. I don't think there's a single named character from Troya. I guess that by itself kind of gets across my point. Is it's really just kind of a stop-off point for the plot to continue, and it doesn't really feel as important as Damzian or Fabul. What, is he using a megaphone or anything? I love it. The clerics have literally formed like moving walls of people. We're lending it to you to trade over in a hostage situation. This would never happen. Never. Really? If you were in charge of this place, like, what would you say? Like, look, I'm sorry about your girlfriend, alright, but it's the frickin' crystal of Earth. We're not just gonna... You know, a lot more people are gonna end up dead than just one if we do this. So, like, why should we bother? I mean, even from a narrative standpoint, I mean, we're gonna go on an epic rescue mission anyway. I wonder what happens if I say no. I should have said no, just to see what would happen. Oh well, I guess it's too late now. Time to loot the place. A lot of boring stuff. Come on, give me like legendary armor or anything. What are you even doing? Just like keeping all this crap in a chest? I mean, I know why I want it, but why? What is it here for? Don't you keep this stuff in like a medicine chest or an apothecary? These are actual treasures, just like potions. It's like, I don't know, you go into a king's like royal treasury and you look around, it's like full of first aid kits. That doesn't really make any sense. I know, I'm grossly overthinking this, but I just like money. There was money in there. There was some of it, not very much. But you know, how much money do I have? 5 digits. That's pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna be spending on anything big in the near future. There's nothing to buy in Troya. Alright, we'd better save. Did I stay at an inn? I don't think I... Pretty sure I... No, I did. I stayed at an inn. Did that first thing I got here. Apparently my memory really sucks. It is, of course, staffed by demons. You know they're demons because they wear cloaks. Of course, he's gonna make us go through a dungeon. Let's see. I actually kind of missed a stopping point a moment ago. So I think I'm going to actually stop here, and we can actually explore this tower next time. So I hope to see you there.